There's some issues, guys. There's some big issues. And I've been saying it for a while now. Ain't got a choice. Somebody's gotta say it. I'll be the one to do it. Why? Rebel Squadron. Rebels in the name.
Can't stop the signal now.
These are still pretty crazy. Oh my lord. The galaxy just keeps getting crazier and crazier. I can't even with this. I don't even know. Let me tell you. Holy cow. Yeah, so for some of you that might be aware, you got all these different cliques out there and whatnot. You got world-class bullshitters and stuff. You also got the group Friday Night Tights. And they're a group, Geeks and Gamers. I think they call themselves Comicsgate. They're part of Comicsgate, or at least they used to be. And then it's all this freaking high school drama. I don't even know. These guys, yeah. I've been doing this channel for 3 years now, which is incredible to even think about. Back in the day, I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea what I was getting into. But it was fun, and it's still fun. But back then, it was all brand spanking new. I had no idea. You just dive in with both feet and do the best you can, Had a blast doing it since day one. So I started getting into a lot of these other communities, It's like, oh, wow, there's all these geeks and stuff all across YouTube and whatnot. Found the ones that I really, vibed with. At least I thought I did, if you know what I mean. Started getting into them. And it wasn't just one community. There was multiple communities. Dr. Disrespect is basically his own community. Almost. Practically. And, the Friday Night Tights group. Stuff like that. Well, one by one, I've had to distance myself from these other communities because there's some issues, guys. There's some big issues. And I've been saying it for a while now. Ain't got a choice. Somebody's gotta say it. I'll be the one to do it. Why? Rebel Squadron. Rebels in the name. Being a true blue geek, going back to the days of Pong. Being a geek means standing up against the crowd if you gotta. The thing about geeks back in the day, we thought for ourselves. We really did. It wasn't cool to be a geek. It wasn't popular. We literally get beat up for it. But it didn't stop us. Why? Because we were geeks. Geeks are tougher than people think. Real geeks. Nowadays, it's popular to be a so-called geek. That's why everybody's a geek, because it somehow became the cool thing. Still blows my mind. I don't know when and how that happened. Now, I'm all for the more the merrier, but at the same time, I will not sacrifice those values that geekdom is founded on. And the true blue geekdom is nowhere to be found at this point. It's gone, guys. They've just they've dismantled it, torn apart, and all the stuff back in the day. All the stuff. It used to be the fringe stuff, the weird stuff, the pervert stuff. That was the outlier stuff. That was my geek friends. We didn't mess with that stuff. That's not why we were geeks. We wanted to have fun. We wanted to be the hero. It's like we wanted to overcome the odds. And it wasn't just the flash. There was the sizzle. The story, the stuff about it that made you think. Made you ask hard questions about yourself, about life. It wasn't for the faint of heart. Let's put it that way. That's why most of the normies, they never understood it. They thought, oh, that's just silly kid stuff. No, there was way more to it than that. They just didn't understand it. So I'm still a geek to this day, even with these gray hairs coming in. It's in my blood. I was born a geek. Before a lot of these guys, I was a geek before a lot of these guys were even born. Point I'm getting to is the critical drinker. He's part of the Friday Night Tight group. Friday Night, you know what I mean. FNC. He literally just uploaded a video a couple hours ago before I fired up the stream about a movie called The Whale. Let me give you the short here. The Whale is a woke RSD. I'm just gonna say it. It's a woke, satanic, anti-God movie. That's what these guys don't want to say out loud, because if they say out loud, then stuff will start. You'll start to understand what's going on here better. They don't want you to understand it completely. Why? Well, you're about to find out. Woke is it's satanic nature. It is. That's why people have such a problem with it, because it goes against our nature as our created nature as human beings. And he's raving about this movie. Absolutely raving about it. It's about some homo, about some alphabet dude. Yeah, YouTube's already been trying to kill my channel for my stances on the alphabet agenda. So I don't care at this point. Whatever. It's about an alphabet dude, right? He's a boy toy, died, killed himself, and naturally they blame God for it. They don't take responsibility for their actions. They blame God for it. That's what this movie's about. And Critical Drinker is raving about this movie. How good this movie is. And they're using Brendan Fraser as the smoke and mirror to get people on board. To tugging on your heartstrings to get on board with this woke message. What a lot of people don't realize is that silence is in fact consent. So when you get on board with this message that Critical Drinker is pushing, without saying something about it, about what it's really about, you're consenting to that message. And by default, you're supporting that woke satanic message. Okay? That's what a lot of people don't realize. That's why it's so important to speak out, guys. Silence is consent. That is a truth. Hard truth of life. Silence is consent. Period, end of story, full stop. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. That's why it's so important that you speak up, because if you don't, you are consenting to stuff that you might have a problem with it in here, in your heart and soul. You might have a problem with it. You might have a problem with up here. But if you're not saying something against it, you are giving consent to it. And that is a huge problem. That's why people need to start waking up. They need to start speaking up. That's why they need to get off the fence and pick a side. As far as I'm concerned, Rebel Squadron is the official gatekeeper of the Heart of Geekdom. Because why? Because nobody else is doing it. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I've been doing this for 3 years. I've been in various communities across the platform. It's all the same. Every last one. So here we are. And I got no choice at this point, guys. Rebel Squadron is officially declared the gatekeeper of the Heart of Geekdom. Period, end of story, full stop. Because Critical Drinker is the alpha of the Friday Night Tights group. Forget Jeremy. It's Critical Drinker. Jeremy's a loudmouth. And he likes to cuss. Doesn't make him the alpha. That would be it's critical. But they're all cut from the same cloth. They're all woke grifters. They got no. They made fame and fortune off of whining and crying about the woke. But then they turn around. And they very subtly support those things that are the foundation of the woke. The alphabet, agenda, and lifestyle. The feminism. All that. You can't have it both ways, guys. It's not how life works. It's called hypocrisy. I've had enough of it. I've had enough of the hypocrisy. I've had enough of the grifting. And I'm calling on these guys out. Every last one of them. Across the platform. That even includes Dr. Disrespect. Why? Because he's been partnered up with that known hacker for a very long time. He won't acknowledge it. He won't call him out. Nothing. He keeps playing with him. It makes me wonder if Doc is using some low-key hacks. Maybe he just uses like some subtle stuff. Maybe he's just like smarter about it. It's not outside the realm of possibility. But at the very least, he's just partnered up with somebody that is clearly hacking. Guilt by association. Birds of a feather flock together. He's not speaking out of it, which means he consents to it, which means he's okay with hacking. And that, if you, as far as I'm concerned, if you're okay with hacking, you might as well be hacking yourself. It's that simple, guys. That's what it boils down to. In a recent Friday Night Tights, I think it might have actually been last Friday. I'm not 100% certain because I stopped watching them a while ago, but somebody made a video about it. And one of those dudes, somebody named Gavin, I don't even know who he is, right? And he's right in the middle of the frickin' screen because they got when they're doing their thing, right? And they just got what is it? What was it called? What was it? Hollywood Squares? The Hollywood Squares things going on, all the heads, talking heads, just in a grid pattern, right? This Gavin is somewhere right about in the middle, right? Very, very interesting placement. Very coincidental. I don't believe in coincidence. And all of a sudden, he starts making these weird noises. And then he stands up and literally starts pissing all over the Friday Night Tights crowd. I'm not kidding, guys. He literally pisses on the FNT crowd. It's disgusting, guys. It's the definition of vile. That's what they think about you guys. They're literally pissing on you guys because they're grifters. They're taking you for a ride, and you bought into it. And they made fame and fortune off of it. They're just living the good life, guys. Because you have consented to their bullshit. Been doing this for a while now. And just the longer it keeps going, the more I'm like, nah, this can't be. This can't be where this is leading. This. I mean, I saw this coming a mile away, but it's like until they produce the evidence that proves me right, there's not much I can say about it, because it's like, no, that can't be. I gotta be wrong. This is not where this is going. I gotta be wrong about this gearbox. Nope. Nope. Finally got the evidence. Finally got the proof, guys. I've been right this entire time. And I'm declaring it. Rebel Squadron is the gatekeeper for the true heart of geekdom. Because these guys they're grifters, they're perverts, they're sleazebags. They are what used to be the outlier in geekdom. Okay? These are the guys that my geek friends in the days of we push back against. Okay? We were not okay with this stuff. This is not how we behaved. We were geeks. We were into this stuff, guys. Okay? Like Robotech, man. We weren't just into Robotech because, giant transforming, jets into they transforms into robots and stuff. And now we were into the science, guys. It was the a sure geek has a good bit of nerd in him. Okay. I mean, I learned about some hardcore science type stuff through science fiction, and now all this stuff's been fluffed. Turn into freaking marshmallow fluff. I can't with this anymore. Here we go. So yeah, guys, it's official. It is 100% official. Calling these guys out, every last one of them. Not just Critical, not just FNT, all of them. Dr. Disrespect, you name it. Calling every last one of them out. That's why they're coming after Rebel Squadron so hard. YouTube, crushing my channel, trying to make me disappear. Ghost of the machine. Because I'm a real geek. True blue geek, going back to the days of Pong. The heart of the geek beats in me. And I know it beats in a lot of you guys as well. But like I said, silence is consent. When you turn a blind eye to the wokeness, to the substandard gutter trash, doesn't matter if you got the heart of a geek, you have sold out the soul of the geekdom. You sold out. And at that point, you can no longer call yourself a geek. Now there is redemption. You can come back from it. Don't make me mad. You can come back from it. You can. You have to choose to. You gotta start speaking out. You gotta start taking action against this stuff. Stop giving your money. I'm not asking you to give me money. That's not what this is about. Stop giving these guys money. They're making fame and fortune off of you. Okay? So not only to silent mean consent, you're not being silent, you're speaking with your money. So, okay. So not only are you consenting to your silence, you're actually speaking with your wallet. And it's got to stop. Otherwise, this is never going to change. It's never going to get better. Geekdom is going to keep sliding into the gutter further. It's not. We're already hitting rock bottom of the gutter here, guys. It does not get much worse than this. It really doesn't. If you don't believe me, then you don't believe that I'm the true blue geek going back to the days of Pong. You don't have any faith in my street cred as a geek, and believe me, I have it. Speaking from experience, lifelong geek. It's time, guys. It's time for change. It's time to take it back. It's time to start gatekeeping. Yes, gatekeeping is not a dirty word. The reason we're in this mess is because we failed to gatekeep. So we allowed this stuff to creep in. I'm guilty of it. It's another reason why I'm so hardline about it. I'm guilty of it myself. And no more. No more. I'm not. No more. I'm done being complicit. I stopped. I started on this path around 2012. It's like I had enough. Stop buying comic books, all flat out. Saw it come a mile away. It was right there. They're slapping us in the face with it. I was like, I'm not spending my money on this trash anymore. And that was a year later. I had a weak point. weak moment, very weak moment. Picked up some, I think 3 or 4 Masters of the Universe issues. It was a new series. I was like, the artwork looked cool. I opened it up, I skimmed through a couple pages, whatever. Okay, this doesn't sound bad. Picked it up. There was some cool stuff about it, but then there was also the garbage in there as well. And that was the last time I was like, that was, like I said, it was a weak moment, last gasp attempt. And that was it. 2012, I made my decision. 2013, I cemented that decision. I haven't looked back. Okay. So yeah, I'm guilty of too. Not speaking out as much as I should have. I will never make that mistake again. Period. End story. Full stop. So yeah, I'm calling these guys out. Starting with Critical Drinker and the Friday Night Tights crew. You bunch of grifters. Bunch of woke, two-faced, smoke and mirror, snake oil salesman grifters. The Whale is a garbage movie. And Critical Drinker is raving about it. He's the alpha of the FNC crew. Sorry, Jeremy, that's not you, buddy. No, that's Critical. You guys are as fake as they come. So they can afford to have all this stuff in the bag. Jeremy, he used to have, like, his game room. That was a pretty epic setup. But at some point, he got tired of fronting. He got tired of pretending to be a geek. And he started covering it up. That's when his real true colors started. Well, actually, his true colors started coming out before then. That's when his true colors started to come out very publicly. I called him out on his website. He wasn't happy. Guess what? I'm still standing. I might not be a million sub channel. I might not be making a single red cent off this channel. It's now I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I believe in the Heart of Geekdom. Storytelling is in our DNA as human beings. It goes back to the very beginning of mankind. It's in our blood. And the stories that we tell, they tell us a lot about the heart and soul of our society. And right now, the heart and soul of our society is absolutely rotten to the core. And it's time to change that. Time to fix it. We're going to start that doing that here. Roll Squadron, officially. I try to show respect to people, you know. These other channels, these other communities, they've been around longer than I have. Some of them just a few years, some of them over a decade, you know. So that's it. I paid my dues. I took my time. I showed their proper respect. But the more they revealed their true colors, the less I could show that respect. Because that respect was misplaced. Whatever positive foundation they had, they ground it up and they sold their soul for fame and fortune. And I'm calling every last one of them out. Hey, you know what? That even includes Mr. Beast. Not a popular thing to say, but someone needs to say it. Silence is consent, and I do not consent. I'm calling out every last one of them. The gatekeeping for the Heart of Geekdom begins here, now. All right. So now we're going to have some fun. Have some fun for you. Yeah, baby. Ooh, doggy. All right. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Can't stop the signal now.